worried about with the off-grid setup here is am I going to have enough airflow for the propane and the wood stove running full out? Will I run out of oxygen in here? Because it is tight, but I do have air leakage at the door, and if you look right here, I think I've mentioned this, I have air leakage coming in through here, so it's drawing in combustion air for the both fireplaces basically. And then as I drained out the water setup for the off-grid tiny house for the year, the winter season, air is going to be coming through my drain setup at different ports, and also will be coming in up here on my rain harvesting setup. So that will be my fresh air coming in, because you got to have some decent circulation in here, and that's why I'm also thinking about adding those extra windows in here to add even more. I made the tiny house too tight, basically. Got to have it breathing more quality of air, better quality air, and stuff like that. So that's the kind of the thinking on that, and we're just cooking away here, guys. I got a double whammy going here. Double whammy, perfect. So I'll show you the lithium setup. Might as well. We're sitting 12.6. Got all the lights on. Haven't done much in here except I set the window up against the DVD cabinet here. Yeah, so this guy is still, it's actually performing so well that I can't get it below. It's sitting at 12.9. I needed to sit about 12.4 before I can do anything, which is kind of stupid because I've never had to have that issue with batteries before. The battery is so good that I don't, I can't do anything to speed it up. I don't have 120 volt devices here other than an Xbox, but I don't know how much that would actually burn off the system. And I'm not interested in hooking that up. Not really. My old game console there. So yeah, so the only things I do have is a radio, and that's not going to draw much, and then my battery charger for the DeWalt, but it has, it's done. And I purposely built my whole idea of tiny house off the grid without having to use 120 volt appliances whenever possible. So the only ones that I do have is the Dyson vacuum that probably will be moved into there eventually to be charged on pure sine wave inverter instead of my mod sine wave inverter back here, even though I didn't have any issues with the mod. But I did find a nice spot for it here, but it may be moving, which is fine. And then I can actually use maybe this wall here and mount a bunch of these little USB connections to better my propane setup and everything else back here. But like I said, the electric blankets are still on, or mats. They're not really blankets. They are still hooked up, and I think these are going to be the answer. I just got to rig them in a way that, I don't know, rig them so they're going to be okay, I believe green is the highest temp, not quite sure, but I don't like this particular model because they're all in these little separate pads instead of one big kind of surface area pad like that, which I do like. So I still got to figure out fusing for these things, because I don't want them screwing up my good high output USB connections, even though they're working just fine. It's just a matter of the fact. They're pulling 2 amps now, so when I increase that from red to, whoop, it just dropped off. Okay, it's an alternating one, so it goes 1.9, it was going to 2 amps and then back again, so it's alternating. So this must be we'll try hot mode and see if it stays on full 2 amps. I would imagine it would, yeah. So that's high. The red is high and green is low and blue is medium. So that's, there you go, learned a little something there. Good stuff. So we'll see how well this works. I just got it sitting under the batteries, just on the floor below here. And I'm thinking about hooking maybe one of these up to the wind turbine, or just have them on my solar system and just have it like that, and then have this thing drop off when the loads get too wild. It'll auto disconnect them and then I don't have to worry. I think I'm gonna do that. So then I can have some automated heat in here that's via solar power. So I'm gonna probably have to get more of these pads, and probably like 5 of them, maybe 6, just to even it out and go from there. So let's check the temp now that thing's been running for a bit. We are now 60 degrees, and that's a good thing. I'm gonna let these things run for a bit. Propane has not sooted up whatsoever yet, which is an awesome test, and that's a good thing. So I know I'm on the right track there, and I can probably shut this bad boy down for now and just let him slowly cool off, and then we'll just let my wood stove take over now that the floors are warmed up and ready to go. So let's shut this bad boy down. I just got him on right now, so I'll just bypass that and we'll shut this guy right off. No pilot burning. And what I do then, whoops. What I do then, guys, is obviously I just let the fans continue to run because there's plenty of heat still here. You don't want to just shut your fan off immediately when the burner goes out, because there's still tons of heat in there, and you want to get rid of that heat or it will cook your motors in there and you'll end up replacing your fan off more often. That's the key. And why wouldn't you want to move that heat? Because you just paid for it. So keep moving it. And this thing will still be nice and toasty hot, so the ceiling fan is going to stay on. Absolutely. So all I got to do now is shut the propane off outside, which is no big deal. And I'll top this guy off some more, and we'll be nice and toasty in here now. Sweetness.